The Side Robotics team is hosting a scrimmage for local FLL teams at WVUP this Saturday starting at 9 a.m. They will also be hosting a recruitment event afterwards for any high schoolers interested in joining a FIRST robotics team. I'm joined by Helena Teltscher to talk more about this event and also head coach Amy Stewart. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Now, Helena, I want to come to you first because you're a part of this team. You've been for a while now. Can you just talk about how you got into robotics and when you started out with the team?
So I started my 8th grade year. My brother was, I think, a junior at the time, and he was always involved in it. So just with him going there and my dad going there a lot, I sort of got roped into it. And as soon as I guess, stepped foot into our meeting space, I immediately was just in love with everything that was going on. Building the robots, the community we have there, and just the whole part of robotics, which is basically just building the robots and working with your teammates together, and the whole partnership of making a plan and then putting that plan into action with your friends is just really compelling to me.
100%, that's great. Now, I do want to ask too, do you maybe have a favorite memory you've been doing it now for a couple years, maybe a favorite memory, competition, practice, or something with the team?
That's a good question.
Maybe we can come back for that one later then. Well, we'll turn our attention to Amy here quickly too, because you've got all the good details. I mean, we've got the scrimmage coming up this Saturday, and then we've also got the recruitment event right after. So could you let the Mid-Ohio Valley know about that?
Sure. So we are a NASA house team with the Katherine Johnson facility in Fairmont, and part of that partnership is working with them to expand robotics for all ages across the state. And so we, working with them, are hosting a scrimmage at WVUP in the multipurpose room, and at that will be first Lego League Challenge and Explore teams, which is essentially pre-K through 7th or 8th grade, that whole range of students building robots and making plans for how they can engage in a community project.
Right.
And we will be mostly running scrimmages for the game so that they can get some practice before the state competition. So we have 7 teams from across the state coming, and we welcome people to come watch if they're curious or if they might want to. Pretty much anybody can run a Lego League team. We have Casey Depker is a senior mentor who helps parents or teachers or anybody who wants to run a team in the community. She helps them get that team off the ground and helps them learn how to coach. So if anybody's interested in starting a team, we have the ability to help support that and get them started in Lego League. And then after that, we will have one of our robots there so people can drive it, and we're hosting a recruitment event to try to grow our team. We're in a recruitment season where we're trying to bring more people in. Any student in the Mid-Ohio Valley is welcome to join. We have opportunities for many different skill sets, including people who have technical knowledge or who are interested in putting things together and tinkering and building or designing. We also have opportunities for people who love the creative side of things, or writing marketing pieces, designing t-shirts. There's just a lot of opportunities to get involved through robotics. So it's not just for people who want to do the building part of it, but it is for those people too, because our robots are the large, competitive, big pieces of machinery in robotics. So it could be as heavy as 120 pounds, as tall as 4 feet at its resting height. So these are big robots, and that kind of makes it fun and exciting and a little bit scary.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be so much fun, and it's going to be a great event. Now, is there anything else that either of you would like to add, whether it's about the team, whether it's about the scrimmage, or the recruitment event?
I would say one thing that I would like to add is just I guess, focus in on the era of partnership that we have, even at competitions, not just at practice. I mean, when we go to these competitions, there's sometimes, like, I don't know, 40 to 60 teams all competing over a span of 3 days. And anytime a team has lost a piece or something, you can go to an intercom and they'll announce it. And most of the times, like, say you need a certain piece of metal, teams will come rushing, trying to help you. Like, hey, we have this piece, we can give it to you. And there's no, like, oh, these are our enemies, we don't want them to have a working robot. It's always, since you're always going to be working with different teams throughout the competition, everyone wants to help each other, and I think that's just really important.
Well, that's such a beautiful thing to hear, that even though you are competing against these other teams, they're still there to help you and let you do your best in these kinds of competitions. But thank you so much for joining me here, and I wish you guys the best of luck this weekend at the Scrimmage and the recruitment event. It sounds like it's going to be a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. When we come back, Mid-Ohio Valley, Phyllis Smith joins us with a look at what's coming up on WTAP News at 6. Don't go anywhere.